Hey, hi, welcome to another weekly session. And today's session we'll be discussing about knowledge distillation. We'll also discuss about a paper which is a CNET CVPR 2020 paper. Quite interesting, pretty interesting, and pretty fun to discuss. And then we'll proceed to just hold on, and we might take up another topic which would be something like uh, and we might take another topic which would be how to estimate the sample size, which should be ideal sample size for your model training. Pretty interesting, pretty new, and worthwhile discussing. So let's get started. Hope you enjoy the session. Hi. So let's start with the topic of knowledge distillation. This is the official paper of knowledge distillation, and this is another paper which is about survey of knowledge distillation methods. Let's talk about what exactly knowledge distillation is and few lines from this paper. This paper is pretty much of what knowledge distillation is. If you are able to read through the 36 pages of what knowledge distillation is, you actually have a good command over this particular subdomain, which is knowledge distillation. But we don't need to delve so deep into knowledge distillation. Rather, let's try to have a brief overview of what knowledge distillation is, how it can help you, and how you can benefit from it. And then we shall proceed to knowledge distillation neural net, which is the main paper and written by Geoffrey Hinton. And if a paper is written by Geoffrey Hinton, you can expect the quality and the amount of knowledge being sent to you. So the fundamental idea of knowledge distillation is, so we cannot personally, any human cannot personally read and gather all the information in lifetime. So what we do is we depend on others. A major part of our information is gathered in our childhood through our teachers. The reason being, it is not possible to read all the sources. So a teacher must have read few books and must have had his or her knowledge from his or her teachers. And his or her teachers must have read some books and plus must have some teachers. So basically what I want to say is, you might be able to read one book plus, but you won't be able to cover all the information out there in the open. So what you need is a mentor or a teacher, and a mentor or teacher reads 10 different books and is able to put out the essential parts, the gist of what is needed, and is supplied to you in the specific and in an orderly manner. So you are being supplied and provided with the important things. Now, if time permits, and if you are capable enough, physically capable enough, mentally capable enough, which is a part of physical only, if you are physically capable enough to consume more information, more knowledge, and more kind of whatever, more processing. So if you are able to consume more information, more knowledge, more processing, then you can definitely expand your understanding base. But if that's not possible, then you have to rely on a teacher model and be happy with it and with the amount of performance added to it. If you start with a teacher model, or if you have a mentor or a teacher as a starting point, then that is what we call as a head start. So you have a head start than a person who is starting from scratch. So you have a head start compared to a person who is starting from scratch, and using this head start, you save a lot of time and you have a better performance. So it's a win-win situation. That is why knowledge distillation is a focus and center of focus these days, and definitely it should be a center of focus these days. So this is the abstract. In the recent years, deep networks have been successful. This is this, but so basically another form of what exactly knowledge distillation is. Let's say you as an individual are a summary or a brief encapsulation of whatever you have learned from various people you have met in your entire life. So it is not possible to put, let's say you're giving a semester exam or an exam, and you have had 10 different teachers to teach you. Now it's not possible for 10 different teachers to attempt and pack it up, to have them up in the physical space and attempt the paper for you. So what we do is we learn from them, and you are the person who is a representative of the 10 teachers. You being a representative with all the encapsulated information are putting out your understanding and performing. So this is a brief understanding of what knowledge distillation is. But what exactly knowledge distillation is, what is the main motivation? See, if we start with here, teacher student architectures, you will see this line. in this paper, knowledge distillation was previously designed to compress an ensemble of deep neural networks. What does this mean? What do you understand by ensemble of deep neural networks? An ensemble of deep neural networks is basically you have 5 different deep learning models which are about more than 150 MBs to 300 MBs in size, maybe sometimes 500 MBs. So models which are from 150 to 300 or 500 MBs are there in front of you. There are 5 such models, which means the space shoots up easily over 1.5 gigs or something like that. Now, you need a final model for deployment. You cannot have all the 5 models hanging around for deployment for every query the user puts in. So what you need is a model which is a good representation of the learnings of the 5 different models, rather than physically carrying all the 5 different models. And that was the main motivation for knowledge distillation. Now there are various methods of knowledge distillation, and you see this particular diagram. So you have the trained data where a teacher is the trained model, student is not the trained model. You obtain the predictions, you also obtain the prediction, thereby you calculate the distill loss. Now our entire conversation is around distill loss. If you are able to understand distill loss, I don't think this particular topic would be difficult for you. So this particular diagram is also interesting. Distillation, there are 3 types of distillation: offline distillation, online distillation, and self-distillation. There's some challenges, directions. You have KD applications, image, computer vision, NLP, and speech. These are some algorithms to go through. This is the best representative diagram what a teacher model is. Then teacher model is distilled to obtain knowledge, and the knowledge is transferred to the student. Both of them share the same data set. That is the primary requirement. If you check this 4 pointers, so this is what we are to develop efficient deep networks. Recent works, efficient building models of deep neural networks, including depth-wise convolution, as in this mobile nets and shuffled nets. And this model compression techniques are the following, which are exactly model compression techniques have been under the focus. There are different methods: parameter pruning and sharing, which is basically quantization, binarization, structural matrices, and parameter sharing. So these are the things which are pretty relevant and prevalent if you serve the pages of TensorFlow tutorials, and you will be able to find a hell lot of information on these topics. Now let's see this low rank factorization. These methods identify redundant parameters of deep neural networks by employing matrix and tensor decompositions. Then you have transferred compact on convolution filters. These methods remove inessential parameters. Knowledge distillation, these methods distill the knowledge from a larger deep neural network into a small network. And this is our topic of concern. Now let's first go through a code example which I found pretty interesting, and then we'll move on to this. Yep. And this is the code example which is provided by Keras Tutorials, pretty much interesting. And let's see what it says. It says about knowledge distillation is a procedure for model compression. Exactly it is, absolutely it is, in which a small student model is trained to match a teacher model, and then it outperforms the teacher model, usually. So knowledge is transferred from the teacher model to the student by minimizing the loss function. This loss function would be the primary focus, and this is what exactly defines the entire topic. So if you understand this loss function, you have understood the topic. Aimed at, the implementation part. Please mind, implementation part, if you have understood the loss function, you have understood the implementation part of knowledge distillation, and matching the soft and teacher logics as well as the ground truth labels. We have a temperature factor, these things. So here we would be defining a constructor which is a distiller class. The distiller class would be inheriting the Keras models. Here as a parameter you would be passing the student model and a trained teacher model. Initialize the model, then define the compile step, define the train step, and define the test step. These are the things which we have done in the previous weekly sessions. I hope you are pretty comfortable with these. So in the compile step, you are talking about student loss function, you are talking about distillation loss function, you have an alpha parameter, and you have a student temperature parameter. The student loss function is multiplied by alpha distillation loss. Let's see. And the distillation loss is multiplied by 1 minus alpha, and that is the net loss. But before proceeding to the next net loss, in the training step, you obtain the data as it is. Then you have the teacher predictions obtained. As it is a trained model, you need to have training parameter equal to false. Since you have gradient tape as tape, student predictions would be equal to pass on the data with training equal to true. Since we want the student model to train, we would be having it under the tape umbrella and have the training parameters as true. Get the student loss, get the distillation loss. I don't understand what exactly is happening over here. I've not read much about distillation loss. Once I do, I'll have a good understanding. But please try to remember this is a smoothing parameter of the softmax, which we have self-draw temperature. So you're not obtaining simple softmax over the predictions. You're obtaining a softened and smoothened out of predictions in the distillation loss with the help of temperature. That is the main thing to remember for the implementation part. Now you have training variables. The next part is as usual. Get the model variables, calculate the gradient using the loss values, and the variables can apply the gradients as a zipped method of gradients, and the training variables compile metrics, result, and you return the results. So it's the case with test step, and you have the Y prediction, student loss function, compile metrics, those results. Here we are defining a teacher model, we are defining a student model, and we are making a copy of student model. You will understand why we are making a copy of the student model. We are making a copy of the student model to understand had we trained the student model from scratch, how would it have been? So this student model is significantly smaller. You have 16 nodes, 32 nodes, and 10. Where we have for 256, 5 and 2. This is pretty big model. So let's see how it goes. We are preparing the data as usual. Training the teacher model, nothing new in this. This is pretty new. We are obtaining an instance of the distiller, compiling, and then fitting the distiller. By doing this, you have observed a performance of 98.96 as a accuracy score. Whereas for student, had it been compiled from scratch, the performance would have been limited to 97.7. So you can see just for 3 epochs, we are able to see such a huge performance boost, and the reason being of the knowledge distillation. This is not transferred learning, but this is a pretty new method. So this is not transfer learning, this is knowledge distillation. Pretty interesting, pretty new, and you must check it out. Although not much practiced in the industry, but has a huge potential, upside potential, and can be brought into the industry. I hope you have understood this, and pretty much this paper, this is about this. Then let's read the paper a bit about what the paper is talking about, and the paper is talking about, let's see the introduction part. So many on this. A very simple way to improve the performance of almost any machine learning algorithm is to train many different models on the same data and then to average their predictions. And that's the best way to leverage the machine learning thing out of it. Unfortunately, making predictions using the whole ensemble of models is cumbersome and maybe too computationally expensive to allow deployment to a large number of users, especially if the individual models are large neural nets. Have shown that it is possible to compress the knowledge in an ensemble in a single model, which is much easier to deploy, and we develop this approach further using the different compression technique. We achieved some surprising results on MNIST, and we show that we can significantly improve the acoustic model of a heavily used commercial system by distilling the knowledge in an ensemble of models into a single model. We also introduce a new type of ensemble composed of one or more full models and many specialist models are mixture of experts. So this is what exactly it is. We have not exactly implemented what is knowledge distillation, and this paper is pretty into it, and I would request you to please read this paper. I'm overdue to read this paper. I'll read this paper, get it done within this week. Hopefully you get this done too. Alright, hope you enjoyed the session. We won't be covering the next 2 topics as I'm running out of time, but I hope you enjoyed the topic and we can cover it anytime soon. I think we can replace this custom object detection, won't be taken up in the next 2 topics, deep sort algorithm and custom object detection. These are rather practical topics and would be in my other YouTube channel, which is Industrial Deep Learning for Computer Vision. Rather, we can discuss vision transformers and these two topics. So uh, there's a bit rescheduling of the iteration, and I think this is pretty fine. Hope you enjoyed. Alright, take care. Bye bye. Ensure you do hit the subscribe button down there. Take care. Bye.